Are you Alex?
Hello.
Hello there.
Yeah, hello, Julian. Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Is this St Mary's?
This is St Mary's, yes.
Well, good Lord. I used to live just up the road, and I never knew. This is according to the certificate, where my great-grandmother married my great-grandfather in 1881. St Mary's Church, that's here.
St Marylebone.
And I can't find in the A to Z where her address, Circus Street. There's a Circus Mews.
Right. Well, if you follow me, I think we might have found you something.
Ooh.
Just near here. Now, if you just come over, you've just got to cross the road here.
OK.
Note the pub here on the left-hand side. And then...
Oh, look.
Just under Enford Street, can you
Yes,
just
I can.
make it out?
Circus Street. So they just changed the name. Oh, it's charming. Is this it? So all she had to do was nip across the road in her frock. How lovely.
Now, one thing that we did here, we actually asked the owner whether we could get inside, and he's very kindly lent us the keys so we can go and have a look. Would you like to have a look inside?
We don't have to make small talk with the owner.
No.
Yes.
Would you like to open the door?
Yes, that would be great. That would be a cheap thrill.
You have to turn it a couple of times.
It's very well kept, isn't it? She was an artist. Can you throw any light on what that would have meant?
This was a period when people were sort of wondering what professions women could take on. And an artist was one of the respectable professions for women. And if your father had enough money, she might well have been sent to a private art college or to one of the government colleges.
But this was a respectable neighbourhood, was it? This
is a sort of mixed area. It's on the edge of a very, very wealthy part of London. And you have to get sort of a sense of this being in a respectable area, yet one of the smaller streets, away from the very luxurious squares with these big, big houses around them. This is just a little bit to one side of that.
But it could have been a lot worse.
The daughter of a successful tradesman, Teresa would have come into contact with the Marylebone elite who lived just a few streets away. Nearby Hyde Park would have been the perfect place for Teresa to study her well-to-do neighbours and adopt their airs and graces.
It's one of those houses that's got a really lovely atmosphere to it. But it's great to see the same views out the windows and to think that she used to look through here and this is where she got ready to get married. And you can really, really feel and believe in her happiness. Unearthing all this material about long-lost relatives is a bit like giving birth, in a way. You know, if you produce a life, then you hope that it's going to be a happy one. And I've uncovered several stories that have not been entirely unhappy, but they've been tough, you know, and people have been in hospital and they've been desperately poor and they've been widowed and so on. This feels a bit more charming and, you know, like an old film, really.